Hi everyone, my name is Mainsia. Welcome to this session on public speaking, one of the most important communication skill you can develop. Whether it's presenting a project in class, participating in debate, or even speaking in front of crowd, public speaking plays a crucial role in your life. In today's video, we will explore the key aspect of public speaking, what it is, why it is important, and how you can deliver a great speech confidently and effectively. By the end of this lesson, you will understand fundamental of public speaking and be ready to start building these essential skills. So let's dive in and unlock the secret of successful public speaking. Public speaking is all about sharing ideas or information with an audience. It's more than just talking. It's about connecting, inspiring, and making an impact. But why is it important?
Why public speaking is important? Here are four reasons why public speaking is important. First is because it boosts your self-confidence. Second one is it enhances your critical thinking skills. The next is it helps in academic presentation and group discussions. The last one is it prepares you for future career. Mari kita dengarkan penjelasannya.
First, boost your self-confidence. Ketika kita berdiri di depan orang banyak, di depan audiens, lalu kita membagikan pikiran kita tentang sesuatu hal, itu dapat membantu kita untuk merasakan feel more assured about our abilities. Dan sering juga diartikan kalau kita misalnya confidence in speaking itu sering diartikan bahwa kita tuh confidence in banyak aspek di dalam hidup kita. Second, it enhance your critical thinking. Ketika ingin speech, tentunya kita sebelumnya menyusun materi yang akan kita sampaikan kepada orang banyak. Itu tentunya melalui proses seperti mengumpulkan informasi, menyusun, menganalisis, dan ya berpikir apakah ini logik, dan kita memikirkan teknik bagaimana kita menyampaikan materi tersebut kepada orang banyak. Nah, hal ini itu membantu kalian develop clarity and precision in thinking. Third, it helps academic presentation or group discussion. Ketika kalian sedang presentasi di dalam kelas, dihadapkan dengan teman-teman, atau kalian lagi berbicara saat meeting, dengan kalian mempunyai strong public speaking, kalian itu akan kelihatan stand out. Teman-teman kalian akan mengerti materi yang kalian sampaikan, terus klien-klien bakalan percaya dengan kalian karena kalian mempunyai strong public speaking. Fourth, it help preparing for your future career opportunities. Nah, kita lihat sekarang banyak siswa dan mahasiswa yang mempunyai kemampuan dalam public speaking, dia memanfaatkan kemampuan tersebut untuk future karirnya. Dimulai dari berani berbicara di depan teman-teman, lalu mengikuti peluang, mencoba peluang, lalu sekarang mereka mempunyai job yang banyak, menjadi MC, menjadi pembawa berita di televisi, dan yang lainnya. Karena ini menunjukkan bahwa public speaking ini setidaknya menjanjikan pekerjaan untuk di masa depan.
The next is the explanation about key components of public speaking. First is content, or what you say. Second, delivery, or how you say it. And the last is engagement, or connecting with the audience. Mari kita dengarkan penjelasannya.
Now that you understand the importance of public speaking, let's break it down into three key components of public speaking: content, delivery, and engagement. First is content. Content is what you say. The content of your speech is the foundation. Jadi, konten kalian dalam berbicara ini adalah fondasi kalian untuk kedepannya. Tanpa adanya well-organized or clear ideas, kalian susah untuk nge-capture attention. It's hard to capture attention. Nah, here's how you can ensure strong content. First is organize your speech. Jadi ketika kalian hendak memulai public speaking, gunakanlah introduction yang strong sehingga kalian bisa nge-grab attention para audiens. Dan sejujurnya, suksesnya public speaking itu apabila awalnya bisa berjalan dengan lancar. Jadi kalian harus memperhatikan, pertama ketika kalian public speaking itu kalian harus bisa nge-grab attention para audiens. Lalu ke belakangnya pasti kalian bakalan confidence untuk mengakhiri public speaking tersebut. Jadi kalian harus nge-grab dulu, dan juga kalian menyampaikan materi itu harus clear body section, and kalian harus memperhatikan main points. Dan yang terakhir yaitu kalian menutupnya atau giving conclusion itu dengan memorable conclusion. Number 2, keep it simple. Use clear and straightforward language. Gunakanlah bahasa yang sekiranya para audiens kalian itu mengerti dengan mudah. Nah, inilah pentingnya untuk nge-survey nih audiensnya tuh tingkatannya bagaimana. Jadi kita bisa menyesuaikan untuk bagaimana kita menyampaikan materi tersebut, membawakan materi tersebut. Dan setelah itu hindari overly complicated words atau jargon. Number 3, support it with example. Jadi gunakanlah personal stories kalian atau sampaikan fakta-fakta atau menggunakan statistik. Itu membuat speech kalian more engaging and credible. Yang kedua yaitu delivery, how you say it. How you deliver your speech, it can make or break it. This some tips for effective delivery. First is use your voice effectively. Adjust your volume, tone, and pace to keep audience engaged. Jadi kalian kalau berbicara di depan orang banyak itu tolong sesuaikan nada bicara, kerasnya berbicara, jangan terlalu keras dan jangan juga terlalu lembut. Jangan terlalu cepat dan jangan terlalu lambat. Jadi kalian harus bisa menyesuaikan ruangan kalian, tempat kalian ketika public speaking, ketika kalian menyampaikan speech, apakah itu gedung yang besar atau itu outdoor atau itu gedungnya kecil, itu harus kalian sesuaikan. Dan volume dari suara kalian juga harus di-adjust. Yang kedua, mind your body language. Jadi kalian perlu tegak yang lurus ketika menyampaikan speech. Tapi jangan terlalu kaku. Kalian harus bisa memainkan body language dengan sesuai. Jangan terlalu berlebihan, karena dengan kalian bagusnya body language kalian itu bakalan kelihatan kalau kalian itu confidence di depan banyak orang. Confidence ketika menyampaikan materi. Yang ketiga yaitu maintain eye contact. Ketika kalian sedang speech, jangan kalian menghadap ke bawah, ke kanan, ke kiri, ke atas, atau kemana. Tetapi lihatlah mata para audiens. Kalian bisa kelihatan confidence dan antara kalian dan audiens itu akan mempunyai koneksi dan audiens akan terengage. Yang selanjutnya itu engaging. Engaging adalah connecting with the audience. Engaging adalah kunci untuk making your speech memorable. Gimana sih caranya? Yang pertama yaitu tell stories. Kalian bisa share your personal stories kepada audience, tetapi yang relate aja dengan poin. Nah, nanti setelah selesai speech, tentunya audiens kalian bakalan mengingat nih cerita yang relate tadi, dan tentunya pastinya mengingat poin yang kalian sampaikan tadi. Yang kedua itu ask rhetorical question. Dengan kalian bertanya rhetorical question ini mengajak para audiens itu ngikut berpikir juga nih. Ikut berpikir, jadi mereka bisa fokus nantinya dengan pembahasan kalian. Yang ketiga yaitu adapt to the audience. Pay attention to their reactions and adjust your tone or pace as needed. Fear of public speaking is very common. You might feel nervous or worry about making mistakes, but don't worry. Here's how you overcome it.
Here, overcoming common fears in public speaking. First, understanding fear. Second, techniques to reduce nervousness. And the last, the role of preparation. Mari kita dengarkan penjelasannya.
Yang pertama yaitu understanding fear. Jadi normal ya guys, ketika kita akan melakukan speech, terus kita merasa takut, merasa nervous, karena mungkin kita baru pertama kali, atau kita sudah lama tidak speech, atau memang itu kebiasaan kayak kita tetap aja, walaupun kita udah sering speech, kita tetap aja merasa nervous. Itu normal, karena mungkin saja otak kita itu menerima sinyal bahwa kalau public speaking itu adalah menerima sebuah resiko yang mungkin kedepannya kita bakal melakukan kesalahan. Itu pasti kita akan memikirkan kita bakalan menerima sebuah resiko. Tetapi, recognize the fear and work to manage it rather than avoid it. So, bagaimana sih teknik untuk nge-reduce nervousness? Yang pertama, deep breathing. Cara ini udah banyak orang melakukan. Jadi sebelum kita hendak berbicara, itu kalian bisa menarik nafas dalam-dalam. Mungkin beberapa kali untuk menghilangkan rasa nervous kita. Buang. Tarik nafas. Buang. Tarik nafas. Buang. Yang kedua yaitu positive self-talk. Jadi kalian bisa ngomong ke diri kalian sendiri bahwa aku bakalan bisa ngelewatin ini dengan lancar, bisa speech dengan lancar tanpa ada kendala apapun. Walaupun nantinya ada kendala, kita bakalan bisa menemukan solusi untuk sebagai jalan keluarnya, supaya kita nggak kelihatan fail, supaya kita kelihatan profesional di depan banyak orang. Yang terakhir yaitu visualization. Jadi bayangkan guys, sebelum kalian hendak speech nih, terus kalian merasa nervous, coba kalian bayangkan bahwa itu hasilnya bakalan positif, bahwa kalian itu bakalan berhasil. Bayangin kalau kalian berhasil, terus menjadi panutan orang-orang, terus kalian bisa sharing ide kalian dengan orang banyak, terus ide-ide kalian dipakai oleh orang banyak. Nah, jadi kita pikirin hal-hal yang positif. Bayangin kalau speech kita itu bakalan sukses. Selanjutnya adalah tips for public speaking. Here are some practical tips to help you shine as a speaker. First is plan your speech. Jadi, kalian sebelum speech itu baiknya kalian harus menyusun, gather information, kalian harus cari benar-benar informasi detail tentang materi yang akan kalian sampaikan. Terus kalian harus survei nih, di mana kalian speechnya, apakah di gedung yang besar atau di ruangan yang biasa, di indoor atau di outdoor. Nah, kalian harus tahu. Terus mungkin kalian harus bisa memperkirakan audiensnya, merentang umur audiensnya, atau berapa banyak audiens yang bakal hadir, kalian harus bisa perkirakan. Dan kalian bisa mulai dari outline. Jadi kalian gather information itu untuk materi kalian, bisa membuat outline dulu. Terus kalau untuk prakteknya, kalian bisa praktek di depan mirror, front of mirror, atau record yourself. Jadi kalian setelah nge-record, kalian bisa mendengarkan lagi, terus bisa mengevaluasi nih kemampuan kalian. Apakah speech kalian terlalu lambat, terlalu cepat, atau terlalu besar, terlalu kecil. Nah, kalian bisa koreksi diri kalian sendiri dari recording tersebut. Next is manage your timing. Jadi kalian benar-benar harus praktek, harus memperkirakan waktunya. Apakah speech kalian terlalu cepat, terlalu lambat? Karena ya, kalau kebanyakan sekarang kalau kita ngomong terlalu panjang, kali lebar, kali tinggi, itu audiensnya bisa bosen. Dan bisa fokusnya itu bisa bukan ke kita lagi, kemana-mana. Jadi kalian harus manage your time ya guys. Selanjutnya, use visual aids. Nah, ini memang udah sering kali orang pakai. Itu berbentuk seperti video, image, atau properti, atau slides yang menggunakan PowerPoint, atau apapun itu. Nah, visual aid ini sangat berguna sekali guys, karena misalnya kalau kita berbicara aja nih tanpa ada yang kita paparkan, itu sulit untuk dibayangkan. Bisa saja pemikiran kita tuh kemana-mana gitu. Kayak sebenarnya kita bahas ini, tapi pikiran kita bisa tentang makan, pikiran audiensnya bisa tentang makan atau tentang apapun. Jadi visual aids ini untuk memperjelas, untuk memperjelas apa yang kita bicarakan. Jadi misalnya ada audiens kalian yang tidak tahu, dengan kalian memaparkan menggunakan visual aids ini, jadi audiens kalian itu bisa sekalian belajar nih tentang hal yang dia tidak tahu tadi. Yang terakhir itu handle mistakes gracefully. Misalnya kalau kalian sudah melakukan kesalahan nih, ya udah, kalian bisa tarik nafas, terus kalian correct yourself, terus kalian lanjutkan. Jangan kalian misalnya kalau sudah salah, terus kalian kayak benar-benar kelihatan banget nih kalau kalian salah. Itu mengurangi keprofesionalan kalian dan minus 5.000 hour.
Sebelum video ini berakhir, mari kita selesaikan soal-soal berikut ini. Number 1. What is the primary goal of public speaking? A. To impress the audience. B. To connect and share ideas with the audience. C. To avoid making mistakes. D. To talk continuously without pauses. The answer is B. to connect and share ideas with the audience. Number 2. Which of the following is not a benefit of public speaking? A. Boosts self-confidence. B. Enhances critical thinking skills. C. Improves artistic drawing skills. D. Prepares for future career opportunities. The answer is C. Improve artistic drawing skills. Number 3. What is the first step in organizing the content of your speech? A. Making eye contact with the audience. B. Structuring your speech with an introduction, body, and conclusion. C. Memorizing every word of your speech. And D. Using visual aids like slides and props. The answer is B. Structuring your speech with an introduction, body, and conclusion. Number 4. Which of this is a key aspect of delivery in public speaking? A. Writing complex words to impress the audience. B. Using tone, volume, and pace effectively. C. Avoiding eye contact to reduce nervousness. D. Talking as fast as possible to cover everything. The answer is B. Using tone, volume, and pace effectively. Number 5. What should you do if you make a mistake during your speech? A. Stop and start over from the beginning. B. Apologize repeatedly to the audience. C. Take a deep breath, correct yourself, and continue. And D. Ignore it and hope no one notices. The answer is C. Take a deep breath, correct yourself, and continue. Number 6. How can you overcome the fear of public speaking? A. Avoid public speaking situations entirely. B. Prepare thoroughly and use positive self-talk. C. Read your speech word for word without looking at the audience. D. Speak without practicing to get used to mistakes. The answer is B. Prepare thoroughly and use positive self-talk. Number 7. Which of these is the recommended way to engage your audience? A. Use overly complex language to sound intelligent. B. Speak without pausing to keep their attention. C. Tell relatable stories and use rhetorical questions. D. Stick strictly to factual information without emotion. The answer is C. Tell relatable stories and use rhetorical questions. Number 8. What does good body language in public speaking include? A. Avoiding gesture to stay still. B. Standing tall and using appropriate hand gestures. C. Crossing arms for a confident look. D. Looking at your notes the entire time. The answer is B. Standing tall and using appropriate hand gestures. Number 9. Why is timing and pacing important in a speech? A. It ensures your speech is as long as possible. B. It helps the audience understand and follow your message. C. It allows you to skip the conclusion if time is short. D. It eliminates the need for visual aids. The answer is B. It helps the audience understand and follow your message. The last one. What is one key component of content in public speaking? A. Memorizing every word of your speech. B. Using jargon to sound professional. C. Supporting your ideas with examples and stories. D. Avoiding clear organization to sound spontaneous. The answer is C. Supporting your ideas with examples and stories.
Public speaking is an ancient art wired deeply into our minds. In every culture on Earth, as language developed, people learned to share their stories, hopes, and dreams. Imagine a typical scene. It's after nightfall, the campfire is ablaze. An elder rises. Eyes lock onto the wise, wrinkled face. And as the storyteller speaks, each listener imagines the events that are being described. what happens next is astounding. The brains inside the heads of independent individuals start to behave very strangely. They begin to sync up. They gasp together, laugh together, weep together. And as they do so, something else happens. Rich, neurologically encoded patterns of information inside the woman's brain are somehow copied and transferred to the brains in the audience. These patterns will remain in those brains for the rest of their lives, potentially impacting their behavior years into the future. Every meaningful element of human progress has happened only because humans have shared ideas with each other and then collaborated to turn those ideas into reality. From the first time our ancestors teamed up to take down a mammoth, to Neil Armstrong's first step onto the moon, people have turned spoken words into astonishing shared achievements. The same is true today. As a leader or as an advocate, public speaking is the key to unlocking empathy, stirring excitement, sharing knowledge and insights, and promoting a shared dream. Indeed, the spoken word has actually gained new powers. Our campfire is now the whole world. Thanks to the internet, a single talk could end up being seen by millions of people. Just as the printing press massively amplified the power of authors, so the web is massively amplifying the impact of speakers. What is more, we can enhance these skills in ways that ancients could never have imagined. The ability to show, right there in beautiful high resolution, any image that a human can photograph or imagine. The ability to weave in video and music. The ability to draw on research tools that present the entire body of human knowledge to anyone in reach of a smartphone. Suddenly, an ancient art has global reach. We need that now more than ever. Ideas that could solve our toughest problems often remain invisible because the brilliant people in whose minds they reside lack the confidence or the know-how to share those ideas effectively. At a time when the right idea presented the right way can ripple across the world at the speed of light, there's huge benefit to figuring out how best to set it on its way, both for you, the speaker in waiting, and for the rest of us who need to know what you have to say. The good news is, these skills are teachable. They absolutely are. And that means that there is a new superpower that anyone, young or old, can benefit from. It's called presentation literacy. I've become convinced that tomorrow, even more than today, learning to present your ideas to other humans will prove to be an absolutely essential skill for any child who wants to build confidence, anyone who wants to progress at work, anyone who wants to leave a legacy, anyone, period. The campfires of old have spawned a new kind of fire, a fire that spreads from mind to mind, screen to screen, the ignition of ideas whose time has come. This matters. Let's go light a fire.
If you're ready to find and
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
I'm proud, but in fact, I'm very proud to be the first Pashtun, the first Pakistani, and the youngest person to receive this award. Along with that, I'm pretty certain that I'm also the first recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize who still fights with her younger brothers. I want there to be peace everywhere, but my brothers and I are still working on that. I'm also honored to receive this award together with Kailash Satyarthi, who has been a champion for children's rights for a long time, twice as long, in fact, than I have been alive. I'm proud that we can work together. We can work together and show the world that an Indian and a Pakistani, they can work together and achieve their goals of children's rights.
Okay. Recent polls have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is?
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such as, and I believe that they should, our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. or should help South Africa and should help the Iraq and the Asian countries, so we will be able to build up our future for our children.
Thank you very much, South Carolina.
Well, graduates, we made it. As a group, we did indeed start from the very bottom. Now it looks like the whole team's here. Think about how far we have come individually and as a class. Looking back to freshman year, it seems like it was just yesterday. There was the first football game, the first class, the first girlfriend, the second girlfriend, the third girlfriend, the figuring out that you were the problem. Yet, our hearts prepared and we grew physically and mentally. Think about the music and fashion trends that we lived through and all the different dance moves that were created. You had the jerk, the Dougie, the whip. Does anyone remember that song Friday by Rebecca Black? Now we have a song called Tuesday. It's funny how things change. This class of 2015 has undoubtedly been one of the most successful and outstanding classes in La Plata High School's history.
This is why our people are our greatest assets, our valuable human capital, especially those recently laid off during the right-sizing, the downsizing, the outsourcing, and the strategic alignment phase, creating an opportunity for us to fulfill our leadership imperative to do more with less as we execute against our objectives. Now, don't get me wrong, we're going to need to utilize long skis and transparency. Our value-added shareholders expect us to offer them an open kimono. Basically, this will be an iconic strategic initiative that allows us to productionize and incentivize value-added commodities. Let me be clear, clearly we will need to expand bandwidth so we can dive deep and ramp up and adjust to the moving targets associated with our strategic objectives. There are no dumb ideas, there are no dumb questions. It may be a dicey situation, but we need each of you to think laterally and pick each other's brains. If you get a brain fart, run it up the flagpole, circle back, and make sure it's implemented in a cost-effective manner consistent with our mandate to implement against our objectives.
Today I'm going to talk about unexpected discoveries. Now, I work in solar technology industry, and my small startup is looking to force ourselves into the environment by paying attention to crowdsourcing. It's just a quick video of what we do. Hang on a moment. It might take a moment to load. Oh. We can just skip. Well, I'll just skip through the video instead. No.
We meet in an hour of change and challenge, in a decade of hope and fear, in an age of both knowledge and ignorance. The greater our knowledge increases, the greater our ignorance unfolds. No man can fully grasp how far and how fast we have come. But condense, if you will, the 50,000 years of man's recorded history in a time span of but a half a century. Stated in these terms, we know very little about the first 40 years, except at the end of them, advanced man had learned to use the skins of animals to cover them. Then about 10 years ago, under this standard, man emerged from his caves to construct other kinds of shelter. Only 5 years ago, man learned to write and use a cart with wheels. Christianity began less than 2 years ago. The printing press came this year. And then less than 2 months ago, during this whole 50-year span of human history, the steam engine provided a new source of power. Newton explored the meaning of gravity. Last month, electric lights and telephones and automobiles and airplanes became available. Only last week did we develop penicillin and television and nuclear power. This is a breathtaking pace, and such a pace cannot help but create new ills as it dispels old. So it is not surprising that some would have us stay where we are a little longer, to rest, to wait. If this capsule history of our progress teaches us anything, it is that man in his quest for knowledge and progress is determined and cannot be deterred.
Okay, let's quickly recap what we have learned today. First is public speaking is a vital skill that boosts your self-confidence, sharpen thinking, and open doors for future opportunities. Asal kalian mau mengambil peluang nih, berani mengambil peluang. Jadi kalian bisa open doors for future kalian. Then we have discussed about 3 components of public speaking: content, delivery, and engagement. Dan kita juga membahas tentang how overcome nervous. Kalian bisa well prepare, and then positive thinking, terus bisa relax. And the last is following practical tips like preparing, and then passing, and then using visual aids can make your speech more effective. Okay, remember, public speaking is a skill that anyone can learn and improve. It's okay to start small and build your confidence over time. You've got this. Okay, thank you for joining me in this session. I hope you're feeling inspired to begin your public speaking journey. Come back for more. We'll see you here. Bye!